your home screen with all your different forms. Click on Hazard ID, and we'll start with your client. So, as you all know by now, we're going to be using good old Husky, which I scrolled past. So you find your client, load that up, go to your region. So we're working with Lloydminster. So Lloydminster is our region, and our subregion will be the field that we're in, which is Husky for Ness. The job number is 1073. Date time, we'll just pick the date and time for right now. So your hazard's up here. We'll click on it to add what the hazard is, and it gives you a drop-down list of all the different hazards that you can select. So let's say we are on a site and we're up north working and we see a bear. Maybe we drive up on a site, there's a bear on the site or something along those lines. So usually wildlife is in here somewhere. Wildlife. So we'll click on wildlife. Our description would be pretty basic. Bear on site. Click under next box. Location. So you could put down the LSD for what the site would be that you were on. So we'll just make up one. We'll say it was A15 12 48 1 west of the third meridian. That's the site where we found a bear. Physical harm. So we use a scale from 1 to 5. 1 being least likely or least dangerous, 5 being most. So bear on site, physical harm, we'll say it's a 4. Environmental harm would be low, 1. Financial loss would be low. Probability, we'll say 3. Probability will change depending on the field that you're in. Controls discussed. You say have bear spray in truck. Say check for bears when arriving on site. And then our next row, we just have workers. So just select the worker for who it was who filled out the form. So let's say that we'll say it was Dylan Brown filled out this form. Select the supervisor. So we'll say I was the supervisor for Dylan that day. Is the hazard complete, ready for approval? You'd select yes. And then at the very top right corner, you just select the arrow and you would submit your hazard. So a hazard is something that you would find on your site, something that usually is something that you're able to fix or at least mitigate to an extent. If you had, if there was a big rock or like a big tripping hazard somewhere on the site, then it would be something that we could contact the company about, and they could do something to remove that hazard from the site.